Remember the first AI software engineer, aka Devin? It was proposed to be so intelligent and versatile that it would be able to be deployed on Upwork and it would fully autocomplete tasks for you with the help of AI. This is a fully autonomous AI software engineer, and it definitely sounds too great to be true. Well, guess what? It was.
This is the Internet of Bugs. My name is Carl, and that is a lie.
There was actually a lot of backlash stating that Devin had many inconsistencies and misinformation regarding the professional experience, regarding the credentials, as well as the truth behind Devin being able to self-promote its titles and highlight different types of features that were actually kind of fake. They showcased many false demos as well as false stats, which kind of showcased that it was not truly the best or the world's first AI software engineer. But today, there is some high hopes for this new company called Cosign, and they basically have introduced the world's best and actual AI software engineer called Genie. This is a model that's achieving a 30% eval score on the industry standard benchmark, which is Swaybench, and this evaluates a model as well as different tools on their performance on real-world problem solving. And we can see from this graph that Genie holds the highest score in the world on Swaybench, scoring a 30%. And this is basically outpacing many of these other different types of apps that we see over here. With Genie, you can actually integrate it with your GitHub issue tracker, meaning that it's going to be able to import tasks to create a detailed work specification. And this will basically reduce manual input and tackle complex problems directly from your issues. Now, before we get started, I definitely recommend that you take a look at the Patreon page so that you can access the new subscriptions that we'll be releasing this week. Genie is also offering a suite of tools that can be integrated within your codebase as well as external sources so that it could handle tasks like file searches, internet searches, as well as Git commands. It leverages its training on millions of developer decisions, and Genie basically selects the best tool for each task so that it ensures precision as well as efficiency throughout the workflow that you're working on. You also have the ability for precise file identification, where you can locate the exact files that are needed for any task, and that's basically a game changer for any developer. Genie excels in planning as well as creating detailed structured plans that outline each step with precision. It utilizes different advanced RAG techniques and different tool selections so that it tailors to every aspect of your project's unique need. Genie's code writing stands out by performing in-place edits, and it can basically refine code seamlessly without unnecessary rewrites. It's trained on developer actions and decisions, and this basically provides high-quality code that aligns with your project's style and architecture. So it has a deep understanding of debugging as well as your application state so that it's going to produce a code similar to your structure. And lastly, you have agentic validation, which is where it is going to excel in validating and running comprehensive tests and analyzing the outcomes to ensure that your solution is reliable. So if the initial attempt is failed, it's going to keep iterating, replanning, and re-executing your tasks to continuously improve until it achieves success. So you must be wondering, how can you actually get started? Well, just simply go onto the Genie website, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. Click on join waitlist, and you're going to basically fill out this form, and they will basically reach out to you for whatever use case that you want to utilize Genie for. And if they think that you're a good suitor, they'll give you access for it for their beta access. And this way you can get a good grasp of what Genie is able to do if you do get access. So I would leave all these links that I used in today's video in the description below so that you can get a chance to take a look at it. Now, I definitely recommend that you take a look at their technical report about building Genie, because it goes more in depth on showcasing how they basically worked on developing all of these different features that we mentioned before. Now what we're going to be doing is taking a look at this demo video to showcase what you can actually do with Genie. So with that thought, let's take a look at that video.
Genie has the highest score in the world on the SW. It's not the. Why are you saying the? Hi, I'm Ali, co-founder and CEO of Cosign, a human reasoning lab. And I'd like to show you Genie, our state-of-the-art, fully autonomous software engineering colleague. Genie has the highest score on SW Bench in the world, and the way we achieved this was by taking a completely different approach. We believe that if you want a model to behave like a software engineer, it has to be shown how a human software engineer works. We've designed new techniques to derive human reasoning from real examples of software engineers doing their jobs. Our data represents perfect information lineage, incremental knowledge discovery, and step-by-step decision making, representing everything a human engineer does logically. By actually training Genie on this unique dataset, rather than simply prompting base models, which is what everyone else is doing, we've seen that we're no longer simply generating random code until some works. It's tackling problems like a human. So let's take a look at Genie solving a real problem from a real repo. You'll notice you can prompt Genie with a natural language prompt, ticket, or in our case, a GitHub issue. So I'll go ahead and start. So now Genie's fetched the GitHub issue. When I click solve, it'll start looking into the problem. As you can see, it started thinking about what it'll need to find in order to solve this problem. This process is iterative, and it will keep going until the model is satisfied that it's found everything that it needs. There we go. We can see that it's pulled a couple of examples of files from the codebase that intuitively look like they're relevant to the issue that we're looking at. Now, it's going to start writing code to try to solve the problem. Much like the retrieval step, this process is also iterative. Genie will write code, run it, and then react as a function of what it's seen. One of the great advantages of our data-first approach is that because our model has watched more humans solve problems than any human could in a lifetime, it has a great grasp of how software engineers really break down and triage issues. It's also easily able to edit code in place, which is something that foundational models struggle with without rewriting entire sections. Genie is now running the code it's writing and is using the debugging tools that we've given it to look at application state and execution flow, just like a developer would. Again, it's seen humans do this millions of times and is emulating that process. So back to the task. We've just watched Genie try a couple of different approaches to solving this problem, and at first it wasn't successful. So it planned again and has just written an alternative approach. This process can continue indefinitely, and because of the long context window that Genie has available to it, many different approaches can be tried without losing any information along the way. There we go. All the tests are now passing. Genie has successfully solved this problem, and it solved it in just 84 seconds, which I'd guess was much faster than any human could come to an unknown repo with an unknown issue and solve a problem. So now it'll write a PR title and a body and actually open the PR on our linked GitHub repo through the Cosign web platform. Any comments or reviews left on that PR will be heard by Genie and will be acted upon as if it was a real human colleague. We'd like to thank OpenAI for allowing us to fine-tune such a long context window model, and I'm extremely excited to see where and how you guys use Genie. If you'd like to give Genie a try, just head over to our website at cosign.sh. We truly believe that software engineering is just the starting point, and that we can codify human reasoning for any job or industry. We can't wait to show you what we've been working on.
Now, wasn't that amazing? This is definitely a project that I'm definitely going to have my eyes on. I'm going to make sure that you guys are up to date on whatever releases that they tend to launch, because this definitely looks very promising. In my opinion, this does look like the world's first AI software engineer that is fully autonomous and will help you in various ways. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out this. I definitely recommend that you join their waitlist, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. You can access this completely for free at the moment, so no worry in just basically putting in a couple details. And you can even put in a burner account so that if you're having some sort of privacy concerns, you can just simply put in a fake email. But with that thought, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video and you got some sort of value out of it. This is definitely great news for the AI space. I'll leave all the links that I use in today's video in the description below. Make sure you follow me on the Patreon, follow me on Twitter. A great place for you to stay up to date with the latest AI news. And lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and check out our previous videos so you can stay up to date with the latest AI news. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.